Welcome to another book summary where we uncover the life-changing wisdom hidden in the world's most powerful books, summarized to transform how you think, live, and grow. The Alchemist, a profound journey in search of purpose by Paulo Coelho in a world filled with uncertainty, questions, and aspirations. There are those who live simple lives, content with the known. But deep within the heart of every human lies a restlessness, an urge to discover what lies beyond the horizon, beyond the mundane. And in The Alchemist, Paulo Coelho tells the story of Santiago, a humble shepherd whose restless heart leads him on an epic journey to uncover the treasure of life itself. What begins as a boy's quest for material wealth transforms into a soul's search for truth, purpose, and spiritual enlightenment. The journey Santiago embarks on is not his alone. It is the journey we all must take to fulfill our personal legend. The dream that changes everything. Santiago's life is simple. His days are spent wandering the Andalusian plains with his flock of sheep, finding joy in the open air and the routine of life. But something deeper stirs within him, an unease, a knowing that there is more. Santiago is haunted by a recurring dream. He is in a field with his sheep, and a child appears, guiding him to the pyramids of Egypt and telling him that treasure awaits him there. The dream is strange, yet vivid, filling Santiago with a desire to understand its meaning. Santiago could easily dismiss the dream and continue with his peaceful life. But the seed of doubt has been planted. Could there truly be treasure waiting for him? Is his destiny tied to something greater than tending sheep? A fortuitous meeting with a mysterious gypsy woman in a small village gives him confirmation. She interprets the dream and tells Santiago that he must follow it to the pyramids to find the treasure. Skeptical yet intrigued, Santiago leaves, unsure if he should trust her words. His next encounter is even more surreal. In the town square, he meets an old man. No ordinary old man, but Melchizedek, the king of Salem. Melchizedek speaks of destiny, omens, and Santiago's personal legend. He tells Santiago that everyone has a personal legend, but few have the courage to follow it. Most people let their dreams wither away, overwhelmed by fear, doubt, or the distractions of life. But Santiago is different. He is being called to something greater. Melchizedek gives him two mystical stones, Urim and Thummim, to help him read the omens on his journey and make wise decisions. Santiago's doubts fade. He decides to sell his sheep and pursue the treasure. But destiny's path is not easy, nor is it clear. The first test, the power of loss and resilience. Santiago's journey begins in Tangier, across the sea from Spain. The bustling port city is a world away from the quiet hills of Andalusia. Its streets are filled with chaos, colors, and confusion, a perfect metaphor for the uncertainty that Santiago now feels. Lost in this foreign land, his trust is tested immediately when a thief steals all of his money. The weight of his decision to leave everything behind becomes unbearable. The treasure, the pyramids, his dreams, they all seem like distant, impossible illusions. With nothing but the clothes on his back, Santiago contemplates abandoning his quest. He could return to the hills, buy more sheep, and pretend that this adventure never happened. But something stops him. His personal legend is calling him. And despite his misfortune, Santiago refuses to let the flame of hope die out. He accepts work with a crystal merchant in the marketplace, where he learns valuable lessons about persistence and adaptability. The merchant, although kind, represents what Santiago fears most. A man who once had dreams but allowed fear and complacency to rob him of his destiny. The merchant talks of traveling to Mecca, but never takes the journey, trapped in his routine. Santiago spends a year working for the merchant, helping him revitalize his struggling business. In the process, Santiago learns the importance of commitment and focus. He realizes that even small actions can lead to profound changes. Though the dream of treasure feels farther away than ever, Santiago is unknowingly preparing himself for the greater tests that lie ahead. He is learning that every obstacle on the path is part of the journey, shaping him into the man he must become to find the treasure. the caravan and the silence of the desert with enough money saved. Santiago leaves the crystal shop and joins a caravan bound for the Egyptian pyramids. As the caravan travels deeper into the Sahara Desert, Santiago begins to understand the profound wisdom of the desert. The silence of the vast, arid landscape forces him to confront his own thoughts, fears, and hopes. The desert, like life, is filled with dangers, bandits, harsh weather, and the possibility of death at any moment. But it is also a place of clarity. In the emptiness of the desert, there is room to listen to the soul of the world. Among the travelers in the caravan, Santiago meets an Englishman, a scholar obsessed with alchemy. The Englishman spends his days poring over ancient texts, searching for the secret to turning lead into gold. But while the Englishman seeks knowledge in books, Santiago learns through observation and experience. The desert becomes Santiago's teacher, revealing the simple truths of life. Santiago realizes that while the Englishman searches for alchemical gold, his own search is for a deeper kind of transformation, the kind that takes place within the soul. The desert teaches Santiago the art of listening to the omens, the signs and symbols that the universe uses to communicate its wisdom. Every gust of wind, every shifting sand dune, every star in the sky has a meaning. The world, Santiago learns, is alive, and everything in it is connected by the same spiritual force. It is through this connection that Santiago begins to sense his destiny is drawing nearer. The oasis. Love, fear, and wisdom at the height of their journey. The caravan arrives at an oasis, a temporary sanctuary in the midst of the desert's desolation. The oasis is lush and fertile, filled with palm trees and flowing water. But it is not only a place of rest. It is where Santiago encounters Fatima, a woman of the desert, and his heart is immediately captivated. Fatima represents love, but not the kind of love that binds or possesses. She embodies the understanding that true love is freeing, that it encourages the one you love to pursue their dreams, even if it means leaving. Santiago's love for Fatima is powerful, but it brings new challenges. He is torn between his love for her and his quest for the treasure. Should he stay and build a life with her in the oasis, or continue on his journey? The struggle is real, as Santiago considers abandoning his personal legend for the comfort of love. But Fatima, wise beyond her years, urges him to continue. The desert takes our men, she tells him, but it always brings them back. Fatima's love is not possessive. It is a love that understands that some things must be lost to be gained. At the oasis, Santiago also meets the Alchemist, a mysterious figure who possesses the secret of turning lead into gold. But more than that, the Alchemist holds the key to unlocking the deeper truths of Santiago's quest. Under the Alchemist's guidance, Santiago learns that the real treasure lies not in the gold itself, but in the transformation, the process of becoming who you are destined to be. The Alchemist teaches Santiago that fear is the greatest obstacle to realizing one's personal legend. Most people, he says, give up on their dreams because they are afraid of failure. But those who persevere, who trust in the wisdom of the universe, will find that the universe conspires to help them achieve their goals. The final trial. Facing the ultimate test, the Alchemist accompanies Santiago on the final leg of his journey toward the pyramids. But before Santiago can reach his destination, he must undergo his greatest trial. The Alchemist challenges Santiago to demonstrate his mastery of the desert's wisdom by performing a seemingly impossible task. He must turn himself into the wind. Confused and fearful, Santiago meditates on the lessons he has learned. He communes with the elements, earth, air, fire, and water, asking for their help. In a moment of profound spiritual connection, Santiago realizes that he is not separate from the world. He is part of the soul of the world, and in that realization, he gains the ability to perform the miracle the Alchemist demands. Santiago becomes the wind, proving that he has mastered the deeper truths of life. Finally, after an arduous journey filled with trials, Santiago reaches the pyramids. But the treasure he has sought for so long is nowhere to be found. Instead, Santiago is ambushed by thieves who beat him and leave him for dead. In his despair, Santiago learns the final secret. The treasure was never buried beneath the sands of Egypt. One of the thieves, mocking Santiago, reveals that he too had a dream of treasure, but he never believed in it enough to pursue it. The treasure, the thief says, is in Spain, where Santiago's journey began. The true treasure Santiago returns to the ruins where he first dreamed of his treasure. But now he is no longer the naive shepherd who set out on an impossible quest. He is transformed. His personal legend was never about finding gold. It was about discovering the truths within himself. The treasure was always within, waiting to be uncovered through the journey. Santiago digs beneath the ground and finds the chest of gold. But by now, it is only a symbol of what he has truly gained. Through his trials, Santiago has learned that life is a journey of transformation. Each obstacle, each moment of doubt, and each test of faith was necessary to bring him closer to his true self. His heart, once restless and uncertain, now knows the wisdom of the world. The real alchemy, Santiago understands, is not the turning of metal into gold, but the transformation of the soul. The story ends as it began, but Santiago is no longer the same. He is the alchemist of his own life, having discovered that the real treasure was never buried in distant lands. It was within him all along. If you like this summary, give us a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, have a good one.